I mean, I think, I can't compel anybody to come to some kind of conclusion. Obviously, when I contacted a journalist, my hope was that this would be somebody who would become an advocate for Adnan, who would feel convinced and just really follow the story to that end, and look for the evidence to help exonerate him, feeling that he was innocent. When that didn't happen, it is what it is. You take it and you do the best with it you can. And I think we have the fact that Sarah Koenig wasn't able to reach a conclusion is fine because, many other people have taken up the case since, and we have gotten the result that I wanted, which was a new trial.
But in a sense, isn't it better that Serial didn't take a stand, because then it allowed the audience who was listening to become engrossed and engaged, and the position of the journalist wasn't clear? Isn't that a better position to be in? Didn't that hold more listeners?
I mean, I think, look, I think part of the draw of Serial was this, sustained ambiguity.
Yeah.
That's the mystery is what kept people there. And, but that doesn't necessarily mean that's what, like Undisclosed, which is, the podcast that we followed up with has over 90 million listens. And we have a very clear stance on where we are with Adnan's case and with the new case that we're doing. So, I am not a journalist, and I don't know what it means necessarily to have journalistic standards. Like, does it mean you always have to be completely neutral? I always thought that investigative journalism means that you do take a stand sometimes. So I don't think their story would have been really hurt if at the very end of it they decided we're going to take a stand given knowing everything we know now.
Now, you very clearly, in the book, make it clear that you have a very low opinion often of the state and how it handles trials, and there are many thousands of miscarriages of justice. Is there a danger by focusing on this one, not from your own self personally, but for programmes focusing on one, it allows people not to think about the bigger picture?
No, I think actually what happens is, and that's really a great lesson from Serial, is that people become interested in issues when when they can approach the issues through a human story. So when you talk about people and say, look, there is systematic racism, they're going to say, okay, that's fine, whatever, that's too bad. But when you tell them the story of a person, they're able to access the issue and understand the issue and see how it affects somebody. So what's actually happened is so many people, hundreds of people, maybe thousands, have reached out and said, because of Adnan's story, we were able to understand things we didn't understand. We understand how the criminal justice system works. We understand how the appellate system works. We see how police officers handle investigations and how a bad lawyering can destroy a person's life. And we understand, anti-Muslim bigotry. So they're able to actually understand issues that otherwise were maybe just the kind of intangible issues.
I know you spoke to him very recently. How is Adnan now?
He's doing well. I mean, we spoke about a week ago, and ever since the new ruling in which his conviction was vacated, he has, been positive, and we expected the state to appeal it, but he's patient. He's been patient for a long time. He's doing well.
Rabia Chaudry, thank you very much indeed.
Thank you.